This is Cultured Unmasked. We're coming through the way of the phone wave this time because, I think everybody knows what's going on right now. So we're all calling in. So if it sounds a little shaky, that's why. But we still wanted to keep getting these episodes out. Again, this is Madison Hoffman for Golden Tree Publishing. And you can catch our titles, Unicorn Melee and Aka on Comixology right now. Go ahead, pass it over to Newman.
Yep, man, still working on my project for my book for my daughter. Got some other things in the works. Started on a new book with my brother, collaboration on a bunch of different horror stories and things like that. So we've been working on that. But you can find me on Instagram at Chris Newman 216. And that's basically the only platform you can find me right now. So I'm going to pass it over to Ray.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Raymond Youngblood, a.k.a. Ray's Arts. I am a visual freelance artist, also working on his own comic called Twilight Angel. You can find my artwork on Instagram at Ray's Arts, RAIZ _ARTS.
Cool. And again, this is Madison Hawthorne, Golden Tree Publishing. You can find us at Golden Tree Publishing on Instagram and Facebook, and Golden Tree TV on YouTube. And I guess we'll go ahead and get right into it. First off, I want to say, Ray, I seen that the artwork you did, that Steven Universe stuff was tight. So y'all can check it out on the Instagram, on his Instagram, as well, Ray's Arts. But yeah, anything you guys seen since we last linked up for this?
Well, before I even get into that, seeing the fan art, seeing how dark it gets, did I make a fan out of you yet?
I was interested, man. You didn't make a fan out of me. But I was like, oh, it's looking pretty serious right there. So I wasn't. I still didn't check it out. I'm sure eventually I'll try to go back to it sometime. I text Steven Universe. I'll give it a try again. I had those moments where I'll go back and try shows that I didn't like the first time. Actually, now that you said that, one of the things that I just watched, I tried to watch it maybe 7 years ago. The Count of Monte Cristo. It's like an anime version. It's called Genkatsu.
Oh, man.
It's called Genkatsu, The Count of Monte Cristo. Bruh, that joint is tight. It's like the Count of Monte Cristo, but they do it from the viewpoint of the sun. It's crazy. It's an anime version, so it's set in the future. So they changed some stuff, but it's super tight. That's something that people need to check out.
Man, the crazy thing about that anime is that it came out when I was a little younger and a lot less broke. A lot more broke. And so couldn't really find it on YouTube and stuff. So I wanted to just buy the DVD. And by the time that I started actually making money, DVD nowhere to be found. And I completely forgot about it. So that is next on my list of things to watch. Wow.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll, and I think it's on Crunchyroll, and I think if you got Funimation, it's on Funimation. But that, anybody who likes the Count of Monte Cristo, they should check that out.
Man, I'm glad you told me, because that's my favorite book I've ever read, and watched 3 different versions of that movie. I love them. That's my motivation to continue to do what I do. It's because I was even thinking about tattoo concepts to say Count of Monte Cristo. I was always thinking if I was ever to open my own bar, I kind of wanted to have it, call it the Chateau d'Elf. I forgot how the name of the jail island that he was on. I kind of wanted it to be like that, man. But that's awesome.
Yeah, so I just want to throw that out there. That's something that I've seen. Killing quarantine time.
Yeah, I've been obviously you guys know Steven Universe is over now, so I clearly don't know what to do with my life. I've been trying to catch up. I've been watching the new Digimon series, which is so much better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely going to be villain of the week. for now, at least for the first 10 or so episodes. I feel like, but they're really focusing on the relationships with the characters from Digimon season 1 that came out. What was that? 99, 2000. But like they're doing a really, really great job. The animation is phenomenal. It is made by the same studio that did Dragon Ball Super. Actually, Dragon Ball Super is old time spot. So again, if you have Crunchyroll and you're looking for something new to watch, they will give you nostalgic vibes. Yeah. Definitely check out Digimon because it is so great. And they took away all the corny Digivolution scenes. So like whenever Agumon turns into Greymon, he actually transforms and like it looks so good. It looks so good.
Okay.
Yeah. What's Crunchyroll? Where do you find that at?
That's like
Crunchyroll.
Go ahead, Ray.
Crunchyroll is a streaming service that hosts a lot of anime and Japanese and Korean dramas as well. You can get the paid service; it's $5.99 a month, or you can get the ad-supported version, which is of course free. With the premium, you'll get an episode as soon as it airs in Japan, and with the regular, you'll get it the day after, I believe, or the week after, one or the other. But if you're an anime fan, it is a huge, major investment. It's like you're in Japan. It's great.
Yeah, I just pulled it up on a Roku on one of the TVs, so I see the format. Yeah, I'm about to pick this up.
Yeah.
Anything you see new?
Yes, I'm honestly, I tried to watch that one thing that you told me about, Ray. JoJo? JoJo, yeah. I couldn't make it past the third episode, man. I just didn't know where they were going with it. I didn't make it past the third. I'm not giving up on it, but my quarantine is like a normal day for me with the kids and everything, and still doing work and trying to be creative. I know what we're going to touch on. But I honestly don't watch too much TV during the day. And when I sit down, I always kind of throw on something that I'm just used to. I'm talking about, I watched Blazing Saddles today and the movie The Replacements with Keanu Reeves as the Shane Falco, the old quarterback. So I always just go to stuff what I'm used to, man. I just think I've never found time to it, to attend to anything new besides the Tiger King, because everyone else was doing it. But but yeah, JoJo, I got to the third. I was just like, man, I just can't just sit there and binge watch this.
Yeah, JoJo takes a little while to get into, but it's easily one of my favorite series right now. It's out.
Yeah,
and I do like it because every JoJo is different. So if you don't like this JoJo, you might like the next one.
What you mean? There's different variations?
There are variations of JoJo's. I'm not going to go any further than that.
I got to touch back in.
Yeah, JoJo is basically the Doctor Who of anime.
Okay. Okay.
So it's very good.
Yeah.
I will say something that's not very good. And I know that Universal showed us some love by letting us get the movie early, but Trolls was trash, y'all. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, if you got a little kid and you got to watch Trolls, I feel sorry for you. I really, really do. Because, man. No, it wasn't. I talked to the guys last night. I was like, yeah, I'll take one for the team and watch Trolls. I was halfway saying it because, you guys have been listening to me for a little while now, so y'all know that I like cartoons and stuff. I was trying to keep a tough face. But no, that movie, that was a waste of my time and my intelligence.
The first one. So,
yeah.
Disney, looks like they might be even trying to release Black Widow on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, word.
Now, yeah, they pushed this officially. I think from the last time we did the podcast, it wasn't officially pushed back, but it's officially being delayed now, like with Mulan. They might put them both on Disney Plus, they're talking about. So if they trying to get subscribers,
They did that with Onward.
probably gonna be a good. Yeah. They did, and then they got like if you go to like the Amazon Prime, a lot of movies in the theaters they got like now you could order them on Prime instead, but they still trying to charge you like $20. I'm good. I don't want that.
I still got the Cody.
Right.
Yeah, I believe the trolls was $20. Shout out to my god brother for paying for it for his daughter. And a lot.
Yeah,
Still matter.
they're still trying to charge the price on those things. I was gonna say, the only other thing that I wanted to say was I started reading Berserk again. The manga. So trying to catch up with that. Because I think like I stopped reading it like maybe like 2013 because he took a break in like 2012. The writer Kentaro. Like, and he just like stopped writing stuff for a while, and then he was like writing something else, and then he like I guess like maybe 2 years ago he picked the series back up, but like he took a break for like 4 years basically, and so like now I'm like, all right, let me catch up, but you know there's like enough new stuff where I don't like waiting like each week, or especially for him because he's like super inconsistent with what he puts out. Like he's not on a schedule. He's on like whenever I do it. Seeing that as this series has been running since 1988. Like it's been like ongoing since 1988. So like I can't imagine the people who started reading this in 1988. Like they're probably like 60 years old right now. like for real, like legit. They're probably like in their 50s and 60s. Like damn, is he gonna end this thing? Like is it gonna be over? Somebody's gonna die and not have gotten the end of it. It's gonna be like G.R.R Martin style. Like he's like the first G.R.R Martin right now. Like yo, just finish it.
Well, that's how Sagashi is with Hunter x Hunter, man. Don't know when he's gonna come back.
Right? Yeah, that's what they be taking these breaks, man. But like yo, they like that's like I said, Berserk's like the first Game of Thrones, and that it's like, are you gonna finish this or not? Like, stop playing around. Like, that's like the only other thing that I've really gotten into. Anything coming up that y'all excited to see that is even gonna be coming out here? Besides the episode of Tiger King.
No. I'm done with that. I'm never watching another episode. That show was depressing, and not like emotionally, just like yo, these people really exist.
Yeah,
like, these people really exist.
Wow.
I've not watched Tiger King yet, but I've heard nothing but crazy things about it.
Yeah,
I heard nothing but crazy.
Here's a fun movie. I'm not sure if it's in a theater, but it's called The Hunt. Like I said, I still got a Cody, so I was able to watch it.
I wanted to see that.
Bruh,
please tell me it was good.
It was good. It was good. It's one of those movies it's just entertaining. You sit back, you don't have to think, and you're just enjoying it, man. It was good.
That's good to hear. Because I want to know that. I've seen it. That's one of those that you could buy right now. And I was like, I'm not going to do that.
Man, I'm gonna watch it again at some point. But it was a fun movie, man.
Cool. I'm definitely check that out today, man. Shoot, why not?
Yeah.
What else am I doing?
I don't know if it's $20 worth. I can't say any movie was $20 worth.
I'm gonna see if I can find it somewhere where it's like $4. You know what I mean? Like or free.
Well, if you find it for $4 or free, definitely let me know, cause man, I'm trying to see.
Y'all got a Fire Stick? Download that code.
I'll send a passenger pigeon to you. I'm about to start catching pigeons and train them to send messages for when the power goes out for this coronavirus. I'm gonna be prepared. I'm gonna be ready.
Who is that? Brooks and you gonna be Brooks and Shawshank Redemption?
Brooks, I'll be Larry Fishburne and John Wick.
That's why you did that. Oh man.
Yeah,
that's wild. You go, yeah. I kept thinking about like, yo, these times, man, I'm gonna have to learn how to farm, fish, gut. Since I catch an animal, I watched the book of Eli, or I fell asleep to the book of Eli this morning. Because I just can't sleep more than 4 hours. So whenever I get up, I'm up. So I got to at least throw a movie on. So I threw on the book of Eli, and he skinned that cat, or he didn't skin it, but he caught a cat in the beginning and just fried that shit up. I'm like, yo, man, I'm gonna have to start eating these domestic animals if it get down to it.
So there's plenty of cats out there.
Yeah, right.
That's a joke. That's a joke, Peter. Please.
It's definitely a joke. Please don't take down our channel. Hey, I don't know what Peter's doing. Remember, I ain't say nothing. I didn't part.
Shoot. Remember, that's Ray on Instagram. R8. No. Man, they need to go ahead and focus on the little cool cats and kittens.
You talking about Tiger King still?
Yeah. They need to go ahead and focus on that. Don't worry about the jokester over here.
Man. Anything else you guys got?
Like you said, you started to read again. I want to read, but I'm just trying to find time. Though, like, what I'm saying, we're quarantined at home. I got 3 kids, a dog that's a year old, taking classes, so it's always cooking, cleaning. Yo, put this on the TV. Damn it, why'd you spill that? So, though you still got time, man, I really don't have that time to just sit back and chill and get everything done I want to. So I wanted to start reading some old books, like John Grisham books that I used to get into, old Stephen King, just to, when you start reading and like, oh man, that's how he really made me picture it. Those usage of words. I'm trying to get my mind back to thinking that way. So we'll see. Maybe I'll have to listen to an audiobook again. So that's something I definitely want to get into here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good thing to segue over to what we were going to talk about today a little bit, which is basically just like finding a motivation to work on your project, whatever you're working on, whatever you're trying to make, and just like, finding that motivation to do it when you don't want to do it, or like just like staying with it and things like that. So like, I guess I'll start with Ray and just say, like, what are some of the things that you do, like, as far as, like, just to keep yourself motivated when you're feeling it, and even when you're not feeling it, I mean, and when you, like, feel like doing it, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you don't feel like doing something, but you got to get it done. So, like, what are some of the things you do?
So right now, it's actually a really cool time. So with this quarantine, I am working from home so long as I don't have an assignment. But trust me, my job finds a way to give me an assignment every day. So, but whenever I am at home, and I'm not working on stuff for my job, this has been one of the best times ever for me as an artist. I've gotten people who've requested posters. I've gotten people who requested logo ideas, all types of stuff, because people are saying this is their time now. And I think that, like, even though, yes, it sucks, that we're staying at home a lot more now, it's created an opportunity for people to look and say, hey, this is exactly the rest that I needed to be able to bring my creative ideas into fruition. And that's when they look for people like me. To do commissions for them.
Right.
And it's been great. The, of course, challenge with that is whenever you're doing commissions for people, you really have to budget out your time between doing commissions and working on your own craft. Because extra money is always good, but you have deadlines that you create for yourself. Like, for example, my comic is coming out in June. Target date, June 28th. It's my 30th birthday. I want to release my comic for my birthday. as a gift to myself. So I still have to budget out that time, but it becomes challenging though, because on days where work is not as heavy, it does become challenging to sit in front of your tablet and draw for 8 hours, 10 hours, 16 hours, and it's okay to take a break, but you got to get back into it. It's like working out, like you work out so the muscle gets tired, you take a break, but then you get back into it because you don't want to kill your pump all the way. So creatives that are listening to this, definitely, take a creative break, but you don't want to break that flow all the way. So that's what I've been doing. I've just been nose to the books, really just running through this, and taking commissions is also a really great idea because it creates other ideas in your head, just creatively. Like, oh wow, I didn't even think I could draw this, or oh wow, that's a really cool concept. I like that a lot, man. And it opens you up creatively. I love this time right now. I'm sorry, obviously for the fact that it is a pandemic, and I know that people are struggling and suffering and losing their lives over it. But again, like trying to find a bit of solace and peace during this time is going to do you wonders if you can.
It's like all the memes with talking about creatives, the introverts are like, oh, y'all have a problem with this being locked inside, like
right.
my whole life. What would you say, like your priorities, like for someone like you who does commissions, like what priority you put on commissions versus working on your own stuff? Like what?
I do. Is
there like a percentage, or like what percentage you're like, okay, I can do this many commissions, or is it like, I do more commissions because I'm getting paid for that? How do you break that up?
I really try not to take any more than 4 commissions at a time. Just because, again, I am working on my comic as well. And other things, little projects, like I have birthday gifts to do and stuff like that. And so I really want to make sure not to overload myself by taking on 10 or, however many projects at a time. And I will, if people hit me up, I'll let them know, like, hey, I'm currently booked right now. If you can, let's reconvene in 3 weeks. I try to give all my clients 3 weeks just because I do have a daytime job. And I let them know that up front. And everyone seems to be pretty okay with the 3-week rule.
That's not, like, if you, feel like it, will you stop, like, just say, like, if you're working a project, like, and then you get a head up about a commission, will you, like, finish what you're doing? Like, it's going to take you 2 or 3 weeks to do it, or will you just take a break from that and commission somebody, like, schedule you or hire you for a commission? Will you pick that work up and just kind of stop what you're doing, or will you just finish that and then take on the commission?
I try to finish one concept at a time. So oftentimes with my clients, especially if, they're not as detailed as, I'd like them to be, I will do initial sketches. And if I'm working on multiple commissions, I do want to try to finish at least the initial sketch for one of the commissions first before moving on to the next initial sketch. Now, once I get to the inking and coloring, I pretty much devote all of my time on finishing that project because to me, that's the finish line. I'm like, I'm almost there. Let's get down to business, to defeat the Huns. Sorry, couldn't help it. Little Mulan reference right there. But I really try to finish, one initial concept, move on to the next. Initial concept, send it to the client while I'm waiting for the client to respond, move on to the next commission, and keep that cycle up until everything's done. And then, of course, I try to give myself 2 to 3 hours to work on my comic every day, though.
That's cool. What about you, Newman? As far as like what do you kind of do to try to keep yourself motivated and kind of in that mindset, creative mindset to actually be productive and get some work done? especially like I said, I think this is a good topic too now because so many people are just at home now, right? This is the right time to be doing stuff, right? Even if you're a person that's been putting it off or putting something off for a while, I mean, what are you doing now? Like, might as well get to it.
To touch back on, to touch back on accounting Monte Cristo, it's like we're a prisoner of the moment. So, the thing that I do is I've been looking up a lot on Instagram, a bunch of different art, a bunch of different people who are marketing, trying to find people who are being creative. I've reached out to a lot of people to try to see where we can possibly make connections in the future when this is over. So my time has just been reaching out, making connections, and seeing something new. And I'll say because my book is basically made. It's been created for a while. So it's just the launching of it, like, making sure the book cover is done. And again, I have a few different artists working on different concepts for the book, same words and everything, but it's just going to have different editions, different looks. So, I'm waiting on a editor who I told her, because everything I've been doing, I've been lucky that people are willing to do stuff for free. And I'm like, I'm going to cut you some money if you want. That's fine. And they were just like happy to do it for free because they just really like enjoyed the project. So I have get it edited for free. The artists who are working on it, I told them I'll break them some money. They're like, no, saying you're attached, you're trying to get us exposure. So I'm going to do it. So it's just I've been lucky where a lot of people are trying to be a part of it. So, speaking with people, telling them whenever I see something, I feel, when I send you guys texts about things that I feel maybe not just that could possibly help you, it's just something different to look at, something that we're all like kind of connected to. I'm always trying to be like, saying that person to pass on information. So right now, it's just learning as much something new, trying to meet new people, see people who are creative. And if there's anything I could touch back on with the artwork, I'll go back on into the computer and touch something up. Like I said, I like that style they just did and try to add that into the work a little bit of shadowing and something like that. But I keep it real basic, man, during these times. And I touched on I'm writing a new book with my brother. So we'll come up with a concept. I'll call him. Like he and I, man, it'll probably be 2 or 3 times a day. We're either texting or we'll FaceTime. And we'll say, yo, I just thought of this idea. Maybe I just saw this episode of Outer Limits. Maybe we can use this concept but switch it up and make it different. We're always looking at try to be what hasn't been done with creating a book and these stories. And they're all short stories. So no long novels. But it's just like, okay, how can we get it impactful? Like where it's not like what everyone else has done, but it's its own thing and it's going to keep people wanting more. Because he's done short stories in the past. So it's just like, this is what you did in the past. Let's add this different element, whether it's a twist. Maybe so we'll do that over and over again. He'll get stuff written out. I'll send him saying me writing a little bit about that, send it to him. And I've been drawing more. So that's been helpful. And I've been doing that because my kids who are 3, 5, and 10, they love drawing too. So when they see dad's drawing, they get their crayons and markers out. My oldest daughter, she created her own mask. So she legit put each feather in this thing. It was a raptor mask. So she turned into this big furry thing. I got to send y'all pictures. She painted it. She glued different things on it. Turned into a whole new mask. And the mouth still opens. And I was just like, yo, I could have never done that at your age, man. I'm pumped. I'm like, keep this up, man. You can start your own business or you can do whatever you want with it. It could just be a hobby. But, we've been creative like that. We've been creating games to play, making obstacle things throughout the house. So, that creativity is always going, whether it's writing, whether it's visual, whether it's, actually physically doing obstacle courses, drawing, painting. We just did Easter eggs. So that creativity, man, we during this, we just do something new every day. inside, like just around the porch or the backyard or inside in the house. So that's the thing that's been helping. And then, like I said, just on Instagram, just looking at other people's creativity and trying to make connections there is basically, how I've been getting through and how I've been using that to utilize when we get done with this, and I can really start pushing that book when it hits the market.
Cool.
I'm winded out, man.
You good, man. That's like, I mean, that's like good information. Like I said today, I mean, like nowadays these couple weeks is a good time for people who have been putting something off, or just not putting something off, even if you're stuck. Like sometimes you just like if you're a writer, like sometimes you just get stuck on something. But I guess like one of the things that I say I do, especially like one of the things I do to help like keep me motivated is I'll just read something, or like I'll pick up a comic, or I'll watch something, because it kind of just like motivates me. Like I'll watch something maybe like over again that I really like, and like, man, this thing's so good, man, I want to get back to work to make like my thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I get motivated, get that inspiration from something to kind of get back to work. But I think another thing too is just like having a schedule too. Like sometimes I'll just say, like, you know what, man, I got to do 6 pages this week, no matter what. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm going to sit down at this time every day, no matter what's going on, and do it. And like some days, man, I'll just sit there, man, I'll type a sentence over and over again. I'll type it and delete it. And I'm like, man, I'm going nowhere with this. You know what I mean? But just like taking that time, you might not necessarily get it done, like, get like a lot done at any particular day, but eventually it'll come and start flowing, and for me it becomes easier. So like that's kind of a couple of the things that I'll do is like I'll either watch something that I really like or read something that I really like to kind of get in that mindset of writing and working, or I'll just schedule some time and just try to stick kind of to my schedule. So even in like those times, honestly, like those would be times where I'm not even really that motivated to do it, but it's just something that has to get done because I know where I want to be and like where I want to put the work out and finish it. So like, I mean, but especially let's say right now, I mean, I feel like at this point, most people have watched and seen everything they want to see. Now they're just looking for stuff like to kill time. It's like, if you don't kill time, then you might as well kill time doing something for yourself. You know what I mean? Doing something that's going to benefit you in the long run. So like anybody out there who's been kind of putting something off, I mean, it's a good time to get started. And anybody out there who's stuck on something, like you just kind of stepped away from it because, you know, you got too busy or whatever the case may be, go back and like try to schedule some time, and just say, even if it's like 30 minutes a day, just say like for 30 minutes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this 30 minutes on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning, and just stick to that. Even if you're not being very productive during those 30 minutes, eventually it's going to be more than what it would be if you just keep kind of putting it off or not being motivated that way. But like yeah, sometimes it's hard too. Like, I mean, Ray, you ever get to a point where sometimes you're just like, man, like, I just don't got it right now, so I'm not going to do nothing.
Yeah,
every week,
yeah,
every week.
That definitely happens a lot. And like, honestly, I feel like, I got a little ADD sometimes when it comes to artwork, because whenever I get like that, I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna just open something else. I'm gonna just see what else I can do. Because like, obviously, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before, but I've been working on my comic idea for years, like well over 10 years. And I've redrawn this first chapter up to a certain point several times in life. And I've, let like lack of confidence in my own skills, or lack of confidence in my own storytelling abilities to get in the way of me accomplishing my goal prior to this. And so what I would do, I would always finish up like the initial fight scene And then it would get to a point where, all right, now I have to draw something completely new that I've never drawn before in regards to the comic. And then, of course, those old feelings of self-doubt come. And this is the furthest I've gotten. I know for a fact that I'm going to finish it this time. I know for a fact that I am going to be able to get to this goal of June. And it is because, like you said, Madison, giving yourself that schedule, giving yourself that deadline, it really does help push you in a way that being all willy-nilly, loosey-goosey with it can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whenever I have any gas in the tank, I try to just go and sketch out some other ideas or open up other ideas. And any artist that's listening to this, I know y'all got back catalogs and stuff that y'all ain't finished. It's still in the work in progress phase. Go revisit that stuff, man. You'll see, you might be able to come back to your current project refreshed, with new eyes. And also another thing that I do, if I'm, if I want to get some opinions, I will go to my artist friends. I call them rivals just because I'm an anime fan, and what anime character doesn't have a rival? But going to your rivals and getting, some input. Oh yeah, well this is cool. The composition doesn't work. What were you aiming to do here? And they do the same thing to me. Like we work off each other, and even though I was saying rivals, it's more like friendly rivalry. Because like once you really like get a little deeper in the art world, you realize that there's really room at the table for everybody. And so there's no need to be hostile or negative with each other when we're all trying to aim for the same goal.
Right.
So definitely, like just like anything else in life, you want to make sure you have a support system. And that's for when you're doing really well with your art or whenever you need like a kick in the ass to keep pushing yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you two things that help me. That that really gets my creative juices going. I can't speak for everyone else, but going on a hike. Like if I go on a hike, I start playing in my mind like, ooh, if this was a werewolf movie, man, this is how I would have it go down. Or if this was a kung fu movie, man, I'll have them come out this. You know what I'm saying? I'll picture the scene and kind of live it while I'm walking. You know what I'm saying? And that will make me like, ooh, when I get back, let me put this on paper. Or else like just people watching. I will people watch, man, and think of different situations. I can see what will happen when these people will come down. Ooh, that would be sweet if this would happen in like real life as I'm watching people, whether it be at the mall or just outside the window. And that's it, like, that always sparks something that I can either add to the story or whatever it is that's giving me that block. So, I know those are two things that definitely helped me in the past.
Reminds me of another thing, which is like kind of like what Ray said, is like sometimes when you get stuck, man, reach out to somebody you work with before, or reach out to somebody that you know, or a friend that's kind of doing the same thing, and just kind of even just run some ideas and collaborate. Like it kind of could take some of the burden off you when you like reach out and try to collaborate with people. Like even if you're stuck on something else, like something you can't get done, maybe move over and try working on something new. Like if you have a new idea and then come back to it, but it's almost like as long as you're doing something, it's better than doing nothing, And you may find that the new idea that you're working on is better than the one thing you've been stuck on that you felt like, was going to be like your best thing ever, but you got stuck on it, and then you just like, just to keep working, you start a new idea, you might think find out that's actually where you should have been going all the time. So it's just kind of like, like always finding something to do, in that path, even if it's not the thing that you kind of had set your goals on, like, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes people get stuck on like, this is my story, I'm going to write this story no matter what. But it's like, sometimes it's like you know what I mean? You want to be the running back, but the coach puts you at linebacker, and you find out you're a better linebacker than running back. You're way better at linebacker than you are running back, no matter what. But your whole life, you just grow up wanting to be the best running back. But it's like
exactly,
you know what I mean? You find out that actually linebacker is where you should have been. Like that's kind of what ideas can be sometimes. It's like you're stuck on this idea that you love so much, but you're stuck on it and you really can't figure out why you can't get through the wall, maybe you start working on something else, you find out that it's better than that original idea. And that's just also something that helps keep you going versus like, you know, stepping away from it. Because sometimes stepping away from it, it's almost like going to the gym too. Like, it's dangerous to step away from your work because like there's people, like I know plenty of people now who are writers, and they stepped away from something, and then it's like, then I talk to them, and it's like 5 years later, and like, yeah, I'm going back to it. I'm going to get back into it now. And it's like, man, it's been 5 years. Like, yeah, usually, like, what were you doing? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what happened? Like that, you don't want to be kind of that person. Like people, like I said, it's kind of like the gym. It's like sometimes once you get out of the habit of going or working out or something, it's like then you just kind of fall off for a long time, and you don't want to fall off for a long time because that's just keeping you from achieving your goal with your work.
Man, is that a slight at me, Madison? Because you know I don't hit the gym no more? Huh?
Nah, you got a good metabolism, so you straight. You straight. You got good metabolism.
I can't afford not to hit the gym. Man. No, but Newman, you touched on something really great too, man. And I got a confession. I listen to a lot of Japanese music while I run. And what I'm doing with that is I'm creating my own, like, art, like, openings to different story plots of my comic. And it is incredible. It helps with fight scenes, helps with fishing, it helps with pacing. Like, if you guys have like a favorite soundtrack, it doesn't necessarily have to be anime music, although anime music doesn't get as much love as it should, man. It's really good music. But it doesn't necessarily have to be anime music. But even if it's like a soundtrack to, you know, like your favorite movie, like listening to Hans Zimmer, you know, like The Dark Knight or yeah. Or Bruce Falconer, his old Dragon Ball Z stuff. That is all like super inspiring, just like motivating stuff. And it can get the ideas really going. So that's dope that you mentioned that.
Oh, yeah. That Hans Zimmer, though, I got that on one of my workout playlists. Man, they've been using it for years, man. But, you know, say from like you said, The Dark Knight, it's like molasses or something, man. But yeah, I feel you with the music, man. I gotta listen to some Japanese stuff, man. They do be having some dope stuff, like you said. It's probably underrated. I don't get no love like that.
Curated, man. Like, it's crazy, but well worth it.
But yeah, that's basically just kind of some of the things that I wanted to touch on. I feel like it's a good time to kind of talk about being motivated and working on some stuff. I know I've got so much time, man. I might be going back and doing a re-release of something that I did a while back, just making it a little better and moving it back up. But anything else you guys want to touch on that as far as just like staying motivated?
Just keep pushing. Doesn't matter. Just keep pushing. Just keep going. That's the number one thing that I can say. You know, right now we got the time. Let's take full advantage of it.
Cool.
Yeah, don't drink too much during it, man. Don't drink too much, man. You know.
I feel like you're throwing a slight at me. All right. And the amount of beer that I consumed through this whole thing is kind of ridiculous.
That's all I drink. Beer, Canada Dry, and water. Tea every once in a while, because anyway. Yeah, it's crazy. I sat back and looked at my garbage can. I was like, yo, let me chill, man. Let me chill. Because I don't get drunk. I just do it because I'm just used to the taste. Yeah, man. But nah, man, I think we touched on some good stuff, man. And like I said, it's always good. It's nice to hear what other people do. Because like you said, you go to your to your opposition almost to see what they're doing. You know, he's not my opposition, but I use my brother a lot, and then he uses me with ideas. And maybe, you know what I'm saying, I'll have to drop some different things off to you guys. You know what I'm saying? See what kind of perspective you guys are coming from too as well. So definitely have to do that in the future.
So I guess we could start wrapping it up. Any shout outs y'all want to give?
White Manga, WHYT Manga. He's incredible. He actually is doing a lot of tutorials during this time on his YouTube channel, White Manga, teaching you how to do comic book pages, teaching you how to draw characters in different perspectives and things of that nature. He's really just, you know, using his talents to kind of encourage other artists to follow through with their dreams and their goals and aspirations right now. So he's a beast.
Cool.
I mean, just because we talked on the books, Michael Eric Dyson, man, I love reading his books. He just did one on Jay-Z. I mean, I know he's famous, man, but just he's one person. Him and D.L. Hughley, like, are two people who I love reading their books. So those are dudes I wanted to give a shout out to. Hopefully, you can get some more exposure for them dudes, man. But like, yeah, read those books, man. It'll give you, you know, if you get time, give you a different point of view of how to see things, and you know, hopefully that can lead to other things. I don't know what I'm going with that, man. I just like them.
Cool. And I guess I'm gonna give a shout out. Hopefully this will be a shout out. Someone y'all can go research and look into. I kind of mentioned them before in a previous podcast, but maybe it'll give you some motivation to see the success he's had. I'll give a shout out to Ed Pisker out of Homestead, PA, my hometown. And you can go back and look up WYSIWYG. WYSIWYG. That was like one of the first comics he did. And you can look at to where he's at now, like doing the X-Men Grand Design and all these big projects that people keep hiring him for, which he got off of doing the Hip Hop Family Tree. The Hip Hop Family Tree for Fantagraphics. But shout out to Ed. You guys can check his work out. You know, he's real big right now. He's basically at the point where he can work and pick and choose his assignments and do whatever he wants. But go back, look up WYSIWYG and just see how far he's come. And he's just, like I said, I say that because that's someone that's close by, at least in my area, so you can see how far he's come. Maybe that'll give you some motivation to get back to work, so you can get up to that next level. But I guess that's it. Ray, you want to tell people where they can find you again while we close it up?
Yep, sure thing. Again, my name is Ray My Youngblood, creator of the comic Twilight Angel. You can find my artwork at Ray's Arts on Instagram, RAIZ_ARTS.
Yeah, Chris Newman 216 on Instagram. Also got connections with Blank Canvas CLE. So those are the two platforms on Instagram. And then also on Facebook, you can find Blank Canvas CLE as well. So
give them the address to Blank Canvas too while you at it.
2174 Lee Road, Cleveland Heights, Ohio. I don't have the zip code off the rip, but yeah, 2174 Lee Road, Cleveland Heights, Ohio.
Cool. And again, this is Madison Hawthorne with Golden Street Publishing, and you can find us on Instagram at Golden Street Publishing and Facebook at Golden Street Publishing. You can find us on YouTube. It's Golden Street TV on YouTube. You can check out the podcast on Google Play. You can check it out on Podbean, and you can also check it out on YouTube. We're starting to put the episodes up there. But again, once again, thanks for listening to Caution Unmasked. Stay motivated.